pretend she is so cute. Real quickly, you got this this cat because
he came in, a Good Samaritan saw him tossed from a car. So he actually presented to my hospital with a broken pelvis and some other trauma, and we fixed him up. And of course, I've had him now for a number of years.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
What a beautiful cat.
He's beautiful.
Thank you.
And where does the negative edge come from?
Mostly from non-cat owners. You really have to live with a cat to understand the cat. They're very much like people. So I think the biggest myth of all is that they're small dogs, which is the complete opposite. Yes.
And then sometimes we consider cats as sort of, I'm going to say independent, but others will say sort of unsocial or even snobby.
They definitely have their personal space, and so I always say they have a bubble and they'll choose when you get to come in or out of that, very much like people. They have times where they really want that attention, they want to be social and be known that they're around, and they have times they want to deal with things on their own, just like you and I.
Or hide his face the way he's doing now. That's perfectly fine.
It's so cute.
If I just close my eyes, I'll pretend it's not happening.
Right.
Let's talk about training cats, because some people may believe that cats cannot be trained, but you say that they can.
They can. It's all about tapping into basically their source of motivation. Again, I go back to us, and we have some fitness things we do with animals at the clinic. So cats, number one, are the toughest ones to motivate. They're not going to get on the treadmill. And so a lot of us can relate to that as well, but they primarily need to be enticed. And so if you really tap in, most of them are more food motivated than we give them a chance to respond to. So treats are really my key. We taught one of our cats to play dead with the bang trick in a matter of 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then these guys right now, if you rattle the dog cages, they come running because they know it's food and feeding time. So if you really look at what their cues are, you can tap into that and teach them all sorts of things.
I think it's great. I love meeting a cat. I said this earlier in the beginning of the show. Sometimes, periodically you'll meet one and you'll walk away thinking that cat was like a dog. Yeah. But if you spend enough time training the cat, because there's puppy school, is there kitten school?
I'm sure there is, but to me, mostly it's about them and their human and the relationship that you're establishing with them.
We should start a kitten school.
I think so too.
That would be awesome.
Okay, that's for another show. Okay, cats are not safe from illness. We always like to say cats have 9 lives. Not true.
Correct. They have one. So really it's our job as their family to take care of that one life for them. So they still need veterinary visits. They still need an annual exam. And I think the misconception is because the majority of the time they're inside and they're also off on their own is that they're safe from injury and illness. But they can suffer the same things as everybody else. Age-related things such as heart disease, dental disease, arthritis, but also infections. And I'd say heartworm disease here in Gulf Coast area in Houston is huge. And so cats still need to be on preventatives, have their vaccines and everything else. It's not just the dogs. So a lot of times they miss the window of getting that preventative help and suffer those consequences, even though they live inside. So
and this is even like an indoor cat thing. I mean, some people may think that, oh, it's an indoor cat, they're immune from illness, they can still get sick inside.
Absolutely. We take things into our own house and get each other sick. And so even if you have a dog going in and out, they might be inviting infection and other opportunities in. Bugs can also make them sick as well. Flowers we bring in, as we've talked before on the spring segment, can even invite illness and cause kidney damage. So sometimes the factors may be induced by everybody else in the household.
Right.
Not just them.
And we also talk about candy and chocolates and things like that around the holidays with dogs. Same thing with cats.
Oh, for sure. My other cat, his brother, will get into the trash can and censor it and get in and get things all the time. So
is this his brother right here on the screen?
It is. That's our blueberry.
Oh, so cute. It's like perfect posing. The other myth is that cats are mean and don't want to be touched or pet.
Right. And that's complete false.
I mean, obviously.
Clearly, they have their areas of preference, and I think a lot of the misconception and maybe where their relationship goes awry is just not greeting them in the right area. They don't like their bellies rubbed, so they're not like dogs. And so what I tell my husband is they're like people. You don't go up and do a warm greeting by grabbing someone in the belly. So with a cat, it's going to be more of allowing them to offer their face and then start with the chin and go from there. But let them pick and choose where your hand goes, and you'll be much safer and get along much better.
Proceed with caution.
Yes.
Some folks have this idea that if they find a stray cat, they should get a nice bowl of warm milk. I mean, did we learn this from the cartoons? Because
Tom and Jerry?
Actually really bad for a cat's stomach, right?
It is. It's the same cartoons that show we should feed dogs bones, I believe. It's the same episode. But yes, no, they're lactose intolerant. So once they have weaned and started to grow, they don't have the correct digestion for milk. So even though they love to eat it, like a human might love milk, but still have lactose issues, that wreaks havoc on their tummy. So you still might end up with diarrhea or other illness, just from offering a great treat.
Oh, wow. Let's avoid that.
Yes.
Water, 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 right?
At minimum, tuna juice if you're going to reach for anything.
Okay.
Tuna juice.
Tuna juice. At least you're on the fish line versus the cow and dairy line.
Interesting.
Huh,
Like it. Okay. Always. The other thing is cats always land on their feet.
And that is false. And if they do land on their feet, the biggest thing we see, we call it high-rise syndrome in veterinary medicine, but they'll actually land with their face and their chin may collide to the floor. So we might have dental issues, facial fractures. So even if they did land on their feet, they're not free of injury. And so that's something all cat owners need to be aware. They love to be up. He's the #1 that's on the balcony always in the most precarious places, people watching the rest of the house. And so I'm always worried he's going to fall. And if he does, right now, he hasn't injured himself yet, but it's always a risk. And if they do fall and don't land well, they don't often have the chance to turn and catch their feet. So they still need to be checked out. Yeah.
And I know every day in your line of work, doctor, you see all kinds of injured animals coming in. A lot of times when cats are let, you know, they're able to roam freely around the backyard or into the neighborhood, this is where a lot of cats can encounter danger, right?
It's terrible, and a lot of it you may not see or witness anything happening, but other cats that are also out roaming may come across your property, and they have definitely a territorial nature. So a lot of cats will get into altercation, everything seems to be broken up and fine, but we'll have animals come in, particularly cats, #1 with a wound, and what it is an abscess from a hidden bite wound or puncture that's festered. And so that's probably one of the top issues we deal with on emergency medicine for cats even temporarily being outside.
And they pose a threat to wildlife, to birds. They kill all kinds. So the bottom line is keep your cats indoors.
Indoors, but also make sure that the screens and the doors are shut secure. Every time I open my window, I always check, especially for this guy, because he'll slip out. And he waits just because he knows he's going to get extra attention.
See,
when
super
he does.
smart.
So, you know, it's all a game, but they can slip through very quickly through the tiniest cracks. So I'm always check and make sure everything is secure when you're opening windows, that they can't push that open and escape.
All right, Dr. Jennifer Hennessey, great to see you. Thanks for the tips.
Thank you.
Great to meet one of your cats, too.
Great information. We do have a link, by the way, to connect with Dr. Hennessey on our website.
And coming up next on Houston Live.